I'm literally in this moment. I have moved back home for the second time. I just turned 29. My 20th birthday was just dedicated to being depressed and grieving the suicide of my brother. But I had to rebuild myself. No matter where you're at in life, you have to rebuild yourself to where you want to be or who you want to be. You can't keep waiting. Yes, there is some factor of luck that comes to getting to where you want to be in life. I understand that. I'm happy, I'm lucky that I was raised with my mother where I was able to see my own mom go from literally living in a village where we used to live to living in a house, and her son owns a Mercedes that he struggles with the payments for because he decided to quit his jobs because he wants to be an entrepreneur. But that's not the point. What a luxury, what a privilege to have that type of problem in life. All right, so I'm making this video in my car in this moment because I want to talk about agency, right? I've been wanting to get back into making videos, but I've been finding it very hard this past year after losing my brother in a grieving state, dealing with depression. This is something I used to be able to do very easily. Oh, my car's dying. This is something I used to be able to do very easily when I was younger. I used to think of wanting to make a video and just make it. I didn't worry about outlining. I didn't worry about the perfect day. I didn't worry about lighting. I didn't worry about anything else. When I wanted to learn how to code, I dived right into it. I was dealing with depression. I was like 24. I was burnt out with making YouTube videos. I wanted a challenge, so I found a coding bootcamp. I joined the coding bootcamp, and I spent the next 6-7 months of my life coding 8 hours a day, knowing full well I sucked, but I woke up 8 a.m. every day, started from 8 to 5 or 6 p.m. Is that 8 hours? And that was my day for months, right? I wanted to do something, found a way to do it, and I did. And if I didn't know how to get from point A to point B, I just committed and I made mistakes. And I feel like a lot of people deal with this. The younger you used to just do things because it was fun and it was exciting and it was interesting. The older you was worried about looking stupid, worried about it being perfect, worried about it being the best thing ever on your first attempt, fully knowing that that's not how things work. I look at my old videos when I was younger. Here's one. Dude, whatever, I'm leaving. Away! Dummy. What the fuck? I look at that and I know I had so much fun. I wasn't thinking about how bad that video was. I just wanted to learn how to make special effects and I did it. Didn't say it was gonna be great, but I did it. When it comes to being a person with agency, I feel like that's a muscle that we train. That's something that we add to or we take away from. And it depends on your life experiences. Some of us have been coddled so much that life just happens to us and we somehow think it's gonna work out. Some of us are expecting the right moment to start, fully knowing that's not how life works. And I feel like I'm becoming that type of person and it's ghetto. It's not like me. It's not like me to doubt myself. It's not like me to overthink things. It's not like me to worry about how things look. Not like me at all. But it's been a tough year for me. I don't know what your excuse is, but that's what we're getting into, excuses, right? I know for months I've been thinking I need to start this Good Mind series for my app that I'm making. It's a journaling app. It's a journaling app where you write and then it tells you about your feelings and gives you suggestions what to do, and you can also work on your mental health with your friends. I plugged my own stuff. Cool. I did that. Check that off the list. But I keep pushing it off. I'm like, oh, what about the story? What about this? What about that? And then months go by. That's time I'm not going to get back. That's time of failures that I could learn from. That's time of experiences. That's time of feedback from you guys. That's time from help from strangers that I just can't get back. And I heard this thing. I was listening to a podcast and it was talking about two people getting stuck on an island, right? You're one of those two people and they have a log or some logs of wood, and one of those people wants to make a help sign and the other person wants to make a boat. Now, if you think about that when you're stuck on an island, that represents two people. The one who wants to make the help sign, spend the wood on making the help sign, and they want to spend their mental energy and just looking at the sky and hoping that, oh my God, I get lucky enough that some airplane is going to fly by us and we're going to be good. That is that guy, right? And then the other person wants to make the boat, put their fate in their own hands. If we sink or whatever, fine. But at least we're trying to get off the boat, off the island, rather than waiting on someone. And I think a lot of us, would like to think we are that person who wants to make the boat and get the fuck off the island. We know that about ourselves, but then we become the type of person who's like, oh, what if it sinks? We might as well just do the safest thing. We might as well, it never stops. So for me, this is my form of agency. I woke up this morning, didn't even brush my teeth. I went to go get cat litter for my cat. And while I was driving, I was like, I really want to make a video today. This is not the first time I have this feeling. I really want to make a video. But no, I need to do this first. Then I'll think, no. So I decided when I get home, I'm going to go upstairs, grab my camera, not worry about lighting, come downstairs, just record it in my car, whatever, right? I want y'all to do one thing today that as soon as you feel like doing it, move with some type of agency. When I talk about depression or anxiety, when I had panic attacks a couple years ago, that's something that I didn't know. I was like, what the fuck? Where the fuck is this coming from? I've never dealt with panic attacks. I don't panic about things. Shit happens, I accept them. I was having panic attacks as soon as I was dealing with a large group of people, which I was a social person, so that was fucking weird. I was having panic attacks when I was sitting by myself. I literally had panic attacks coming out of my sleep. Like when I was waking up, I'd be take just a giant deep breath and my chest would be pounding. No understanding of it, but I knew something deep down was broken. So I started journaling. I literally just started journaling. I had no idea that this would be the fix for me, but I obviously was having some type of deep subconscious problem that was making me have panic attacks. So I started just writing my thoughts in a journal with no type of direction. I just felt like I needed some type of release, and over time, the panic attacks stopped. I didn't jump to medication. I didn't even if I was to get on medication for anxiety or whatever, right? Therapists or a good psychiatrist will tell you that the medication is just a part of the solution. You have to work on your habits. You have to work on types of behaviors that actually helps this medication do its fucking job. So you're not on this medication and leaning on this medication for the rest of your life. My point is, wherever you're at, wherever your starting point is, whether you're like, oh, Larry, I'm broke. Oh, Larry, I'm depressed. Oh, Larry, like I've been all those things. I'm literally in this moment. I have moved back home for the second time. I just turned 29. My 20th birthday was just dedicated to being depressed and grieving the suicide of my brother. But I had to rebuild myself. No matter where you're at in life, you have to rebuild yourself to where you want to be or who you want to be. You can't keep waiting. Yes, there is some factor of luck that comes to getting to where you want to be in life. I understand that. I'm happy, I'm lucky that I was raised with my mother, where I was able to see my own mom go from literally living in a village where we used to live to living in a house, and her son owns a Mercedes that he struggles with the payments for because he decided to quit his jobs because he wants to be an entrepreneur. But that's not the point. What a luxury, what a privilege to have that type of problem in life, where I had to worry about, monthly payments for the Mercedes that I bought when I was making six figures in tech. And then I decided to leave. I have these complaints because I saw someone with such high agency and someone who moved with such high urgency too, to go from where they were at, not make excuses, and figure it out along the way. It's just a lot. I'm lucky to have that visual to know this is possible. A lot of people are not. But if you're landing on this video, it means that you are lucky enough to live in a world where you could just, if you don't have that in your day-to-day life, you could find it somewhere else on the internet, that motivation, that community, whatever the case is, of people who have been where you're at and made it to where you want to be. It's up to you to just start figuring that out in this moment. I'm yapping. My point was made 5 minutes ago, but I had to yap a little bit more. I appreciate you watching. That's episode 1 of Good Mind. I kept pushing it off. So what? This is going to be episode 1. I hope episode 2 is, a little bit more music, a little bit more B-roll, action, lights, camera, all that stuff. Damn, I don't even have socks on right now. That's how much agency I moved with today, son.